cooperation. Now, please rise and face the flag as Hayden Simon plays our national anthem.
All right, thank you, Sam. We're going to get our national anthem. So, Sam, let's take a 2-minute time out.
Starting lineup for tonight's game. First, introducing the defense for the Thunder. At a safety, number 82, Rylan Rivers. A defensive lineman, number 66, Charles Hokinson. Another lineman, number 60, Dylan Weller. A linebacker, number 56, Kristen Bergman. A defensive lineman, number 51, Aiden Tardino. A linebacker, number 42, Abram Hunter. A cornerback, number 13, Hunter Dupree. Another corner, number 12, Trevor Jones. A linebacker, number 11, Max Gastanzik. A linebacker, number 5, Luke Poole.
Hey, welcome back to Michael Field and Herges Stadium. Randy Rothstein, Kirby Hemish with you. It's Wednesday night football here on KASM, the last regular season game of our high school sports season. And Kirby Hemish, Albany takes on Zimmerman tonight, and 5-2 Albany Huskies, 6-1 Zimmerman. This has got the makings of a pretty good matchup, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, on paper, you got two very physical football teams. You got a physical football night, both on calendar and both on forecast, and it should be, you know, when these two teams have locked horns in the past few years, Randy, it's always kind of been that, that bag full of knuckles and aiming for the other guy's nose type of deal, and I think that's what we're in for here tonight.
You got it. First of all, thanks for going solo on Friday night over at Foley and taking a victory home for the Albany Huskies. I got my voice back a little bit, so I feel good about that. And
the band's back together.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be. Randy Rothstein on the horn for Albany football.
Starting lineups being introduced right now. High school football tonight brought to you by Albany Chrysler Center, Willem Dahl, Woken in Zimmerman, attorneys at law in Cold Spring and Avon, Lake Country Veterinary Services of Albany, Albany Family Dentistry, Columbia Gear, Central Minnesota Credit Union and their offices, Albany Mutual Telephone Association, Stearns Bank Albany, Albany Eye Clinic, Century 21 First Realty, your realtors, Ashley Carver, Jeremy Rodenwald, and Mark Rodenwald, Hillcrest Family Restaurant of Albany, Albany Country Floral and Gifts, Community Technology Center, K&S Pharmacy of Avon, Kutzer Excavating of Albany, Lang Trenching of Avon, The Wood Shop of Avon, Freeport State Bank, Oakmont Capital Services, and Wells Concrete. They bring us high school football tonight. Our halftime show tonight, we'll have your Freeport State Bank trivia. That's coming up at halftime tonight. Derek Meyer stopped by earlier today, has some trivia questions for us. And stick around our postgame show tonight. We will name your Donza 94 Three Peppers Mexican Grill defensive player of the game, and the Albany A&W offensive player of the game. Your Oakmont Capital Services scoreboard comes up periodically throughout our game's broadcast as well tonight. Kirby, if you want to describe the conditions right now down on the field.
Wet, and I don't think it's going to slow down at any point. Michael Field has been such a it's taken a few punches this year. I feel like it's been nice when we've been on the road,
Yeah.
and kind of crummy when we come here to Michael Field, and par for the course right here. So it's just got the that mist to it right now, cooling off obviously as we're into later October, and I'd say footing is going to be an issue. We're going to see some slips. We're going to see some missteps, and you look on the sideline, Randy. There's some nice puddles in the corners from place to place. So it should be an element to say the least.
We have had one nice night here at Michael Field in the 4 home games so far this year. So the conditions, Kirby,
Is that Princeton?
have not. Yes, the
Yeah.
Princeton game. Just seeing where the teams were doing their warm-up drills down in Albany's end zone. A little black down there. The return team for Zimmerman is set up as they will take the opening kick, and back there is Caden Spence along with Luke Poole and number 82, Rylan Rivers. Those are the 3 men back deep for Zimmerman, as kicking it off for Albany will be on number 26. That's Adam Dennis. He's done the kickoffs for the Huskies so far this year. We're ready to go. The ball teed up on the 40, and Dennis kicks it away. High end over end kick will be fielded by one of the up men, and that's number 22, Levi Stratton. And Stratton will be brought down back inside the 30-yard line as he took that at about the 30. And Stratton kind of tiptoed, was going to try to work himself around that Husky rush, Kirby, and he got laid out right around the 29-yard line.
Well, you mentioned the 3 return men, and they were all at the 15. And as you were talking about how this guy was at the 15 and this guy was at the 15, it's like, Adam hasn't kicked a ball to the 15 all season.
Right.
What do you got 3 guys back there for?
Starting at quarterback for Zimmerman will be Trevor Jones. He is going to work under center as a tailback, and the motion man is Spence. And the handoff will go to number 42. That's the big fullback, Abram Hunter. And Hunter loses the football. Albany says they got it early on, and the officials will give it to the Albany Huskies, as who's flipping. And the football is going to be Dominic Ink, maybe?
I think that's
Or LeQuay.
LeQuay. Yeah, I would go with LeQuay on that one.
LeQuay might have recovered that.
That was a nice pickup, too. That was a carry of about 7 yards. That
Yeah.
just inside dive handoff for the big fullback, Abram Hunter. Give him about 6 yards, but give him a fumble as well, and the Huskies will get it back here. First and 10.
Yeah, first and 10, 35-yard line of Zimmerman. Carter Voss will hand it off, and Carter Beer gets the handoff, and Beer gets the line of scrimmage. That's about it. It'll be second down and about 10 for the Albany Huskies. Carter Voss doing the quarterbacking for the Albany Huskies, a 6-foot junior. What did he get that job about the third game of the season or second game of the third game of the season?
That was that was into that Little Falls game, the
Right.
4th game of the year,
fourth
when he basically it was him and Beerbaum were splitting time, I believe, that night.
Yep.
And seemed like Carter had the hot hand that evening. It's been his snaps ever since.
You got it. Backfield for the Huskies is Evenson, and Evenson takes the handoff, and Evenson brought down near the 30-yard line. A pickup of 5 and third down and 5. And boy, Kirby, we saw Evenson carrying that ball, and Isaac just guarding it with his life as that wet condition probably making that ball slippery.
Well, if you thought, in pregame and stuff like that, well, the ball's not that wet, I can handle it, and then their guy fumbles it on the first play, it's like, well, maybe ball security is a little more important here this evening than what we had originally thought. Be interesting to see how Coach K plays this right here at 3rd and 5 at the Zim 30.
Trips in the backfield for the Albany Huskies. They go with a hard count. Zimmerman jumps a little. The officials don't throw the flag. Carter Voss hands off to Carter Beer. Beer in the open. Beer has a first down and just about broke it for 6. But he's inside the 20 down to about the 17-yard line. That'll be a Husky first down.
Nice pickup of 13 right there for Carter Beer. Brenda Utch special. Crisscross from the backfield. He runs right over that right side. And the Huskies are marching as they move the chains. It'll be first and 10 at the 17-yard line.
17-yard line. Voss will hand off, and LeQuay Jefferson with the carry. LeQuay inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. He gets his first carry of the night, a gain of 5 and second and 5.
Huskies with that multifaceted backfield. Yeah, Beer's got all the rushing stats and all that stuff, but we will see Evenson, we'll see Jefferson, Logan Harn maybe an opportunity to get into the game as well.
Goebel out, Beerbaum in. Beer, Evenson in the backfield along with LeQuay now at a wing. Backs in an eye. Here's the handoff. No, it is Beer with the ball. He does take the handoff, and he's down inside the 10, dives forward to about the 13-yard line. That's where they're going to spot him out, and it's going to be about 3rd and 1, Kirby.
Let's say he's out of bounds, and we have an injured Thunder player hobbling off the field. That doesn't look like I don't know if he got stepped on. That's kind of the jog of a man who got a cleat to his leg. Give Carter about a gain of 5 on the play. Be 3rd and 1 here, Runts.
Yeah, 3rd and 1. The ball resting on the 8-yard line. Here comes Goebel out, or Goebel in, and Beerbaum out. That ball sitting on the 8.
8 weeks straight. Looks like the size factor would go to the other guys.
2 backs in the backfield again, and the hand. Actually, Voss is going to keep it, and Carter just barrels forward. He loses the football as he fights for those extra yards, and are they going to say he was down? I think so. As his knee had touched the ground at the 5-yard line, it was picked up by Zimmerman, but I think Zimmerman knew, too, that he was down as Carter ripped or had that football ripped from his hands.
Those are those plays, Zimmerman, almost you keeping him up, Randy. Hold him up, see if you can punch that thing out of there a little bit. So he was gaining that extra yardage, but they were just more opportunities to swing at it.
Ball on the 5, 1st and goal from the 5. Voss, ball fake to LeQuay. Here's Beer with the carry. Carter into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. Albany draws first blood here tonight at Michael Field, and 6-0 with a 5-yard Carter Beer touchdown run.
Met at about the 2, stood up, but you're going to have to bring some buddies if you're going to stand him up because that lower body strength just kept pushing, and if the field's wet down in that part of the field, Randy, his footing was just fine as he turned his way into the end zone.
You nailed it perfectly, Kirby, that LBS, lower body strength. We've seen Carter Beer run like a foot off the ground, and that guy can do it all. Trips backfield here, 2-point conversion coming. Beer will cut it back to the middle. Beer finds the end zone, and 2-point conversion good. And with 8:43 to play on the clock here in the first quarter, on a rain-soaked Michael Field, Albany with an 8-0 lead, will take a 30-second timeout.
I wish I had Brett's hat, just his little ski mask.
Well, Kirby Hemish, that did not take long. The Huskies keeping it on the ground.
2 minutes, 58 seconds, 7 plays, all of which on the ground. 5-yard touchdown run for Carter Beer. His 2-point conversion run in as well. Albany takes advantage of great field position and a Zimmerman turnover, 8-0 in favor of the home team, the Albany Huskies. Zimmerman on the season, Randy, you had mentioned a 6-1 coming into the year, riding a 6-game winning streak against some formidable or common opponents, you could say. Princeton Cathedral, Foley, Little Falls, Malacca, Glencoe, the only kind of odd duck out of there. So no slouch across that sideline.
Adam Dennis ready to kick it off here for the Albany Huskies. Back deep again, the Thunder. And this time receiving the ball is Rylan Rivers. He grabs it at about the 24-yard line, starts up field. Rivers brought down at the Thunder 33-yard line, and that's where Zimmerman will start 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. We didn't see much of their offense in their first possession, Kirby, as they fumbled on their first down. And so now we'll see that offense again led by Trevor Jones, the quarterback, their big fullback, Abram Hunter. See some wings, Caden Spence and Luke Poole. Wide receivers, Rylan Rivers and Davis Skimi. In motion, and the flip to the motion man, Spence. They try to sweep it over the left side, and the Husky defense just pursues so well and brings Spence out of bounds right around the 31-yard line.
He didn't get the tackle. He missed the tackle, but slowing that play and kind of spilling it farther outside. Tyson Garrett's great job on the corner on that far side of the field, Randy, to kind of, Spence is looking to cut it up right there, but Tyson comes out, forces him out farther. There's some buddies from Albany make their way over there, 2nd and 12.
You bet. They lose 2. Under center, it's Trevor Jones. Motion man this time is Poole. Here's the flip. It's going to go to the fullback, and he is contained, loses maybe another yard to the 30-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and 13. And, boy, the Huskies just covering that run so well early on. And good luck trying to pass tonight, Kirby.
Yeah, I mean, just got a little bit of a breeze right in the face of Zimmerman, but you're dealing with a wet ball on the exchange, wet ball on the throw, wet ball on the catch. So it's one of those nights, I think you're right, keep it on the ground, and if you are throwing, it'll be high percentage passes, which is kind of refreshing, the aerial assault we've seen the last month.
Absolutely. 3rd and 13. Working under center, Jones. Jones will hand off, and that is to number 5, Luke Poole, and Poole maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. He'll get, maybe a yard extra. A gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down and 9, and Zimmerman forced to punt.
Poole made his way through. LeQuay Jefferson right there to kind of stop that run, and if LeQuay doesn't make the tackle, there was plenty of purple jerseys right around there anyway, so you get the quick turnover on the fumble, the first Zimmerman possession, and then they gain a total yard of offense, and they're coming in the punting formation, so the Albany defense answering the bell early.
Levi Stratton going to punt it away for Zimmerman, and kind of a line drive punt. This will, Tyson Garrett's is just going to let it roll past him, and it's going to drop down right around the 28-yard line. So no return for the Albany Huskies. Tyson Garrett's and Carter Beer were the return man for the Albany Huskies. So 3 and out for Zimmerman. They've run a total of 4 plays so far, Kirby Hemish, and the Husky defense has been up to the task.
Their best play, quote-unquote, yards-wise, ended in a fumble, and then you had 2 backwards runs and a 3-yard run. So things the Thunder got to figure out thus far through their first 4 snaps. Huskies up 8, have the ball, and the wind at their back.
Wind at their back. We can see that light rain just continues to fall on Michael Field. Carter Voss ready to go here. Handoff to the fullback, Evenson, and Evenson will maybe pick up a yard. Isaac, they give him 2. They up to the 30-yard line, and 2nd down and 8.
Not a lot doing right there as Zimmerman packing the box. Huskies substituting. They'll bring Bierbaum into the game. With the wind at your back would be the time to throw. I wonder if Coach K is ever going to sneak one in here tonight.
We're inside of 7 minutes to play first quarter, 8-0, and Kirby called a pass, and there's Voss's pass. It's going to fall incomplete, intended for Evenson. There was pressure in Voss's face that time, and didn't get a lot on it.
Right in his chops. I can't see. It was 4 there, one of their runners. He was right in there. Carter didn't have enough time to set his feet. Caden Spence coming on him. Tried hitting Evenson in the flat, and not a lot doing right there. So the Huskies, not an ideal down and distance. See if they go hard count here, Randy, to try to trim this in half on the down and distance.
They tried hard count on the other end of the field on their first drive. Zimmerman jumped a little, but not far enough. On 3rd down and 8. Oh, there comes a blitzing corner and brought down in the backfield.
I don't think Voss ever got rid of it.
No, I don't think he ever got rid of it, but do you see a penalty flag laying? I don't. I think the Huskies did snap.
So I think Voss basically got the snap, and it was timed perfectly by number 5,
Wow.
Luke Poole, who busted right through there, Randy,
And
he made just a phenomenal play.
if he tackled Carter Beer or if it was LeQuay, I don't know. I never even saw who got tackled.
I don't
there.
think Voss ever got rid of it. I think he tackled the quarterback.
And Borgerding will kick it away here for the Albany Huskies. Nice kick. Borgerding gets it to roll back to about the 30-yard line. There comes that Husky kick return team, and they'll bring the return man down at about the 34-yard line. So nice coverage there by the Albany Huskies as brought down number 82, Rivers, after a return of about 4 yards. So the teams exchange 3 and outs here, their last couple possessions. Thunder back on the field. Trevor Jones will bring his team onto the field with Albany leading 8-0 and 5:35 to play here in the first quarter. Jones will be under center again as his fullback in the backfield, couple wings. Handoff will go to Poole, I believe, who comes from that right our left side wing, and Poole gets hit right around the 35-yard line, a pickup of 1 and 2nd and 9.
Yeah, he's the wing on the far side, and they fake the inside handoff, and he just kind of comes right in there from the far side coming in to get that little, what do you call it, counter buck action, something like that. But the Huskies basically daring him to throw right now, Randy. They got Barker on the outside, Gaird's on the outside, one-on-one. Beer playing at about 7-8 yards deep. Everyone else in the box. 8 other guys waiting for him to be beat.
Receiver here on the right, receiver on the left, the 2 wings and the fullback. And keeping it as the quarterback, that is Jones. And Jones will be ripped down from behind. He may have lost about 3 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 11 as Jones tries the keeper, and he is brought down for a loss.
It was, I just talked about it. They're packing the house right there, so you're thinking a play fake and just scramble right around it. But Tate Lisi was not fooled on that run since he busted right through, and he got the quarterback by the jersey on a slippery night and just tosses him down. Zimmerman behind the sticks right now at 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11. I wonder if Albany might try a little blitz of their own here. We'll see what defensive coach Al Amdahl comes with. 3rd and 11. Poole, the motion man. It's the quarterback, Jones. He'll run with it and turns the right corner, upfield a little bit. Has maybe 4 yards on that gain, but not enough, and it's going to bring up 4th down and about 7.
Declan Crumley in there. I think we see Lisi again. Tate having a nice start to the game. It'll be another punting situation for the Zimmerman Thunder.
Into punt, it's Levi Strant and Carter Beer. And also Tyson Garrett's back for the Albany Huskies. And Kirby, this might be a time where you get a return on a wet field like that.
If they don't line up so deep, yeah. Maybe catch it in the air.
Carter Beer and Tyson Garrett's, they just kind of switch positions here. If Strand's trying to kick it away from Beer, we'll see. Here's that end-over-end kick. Beer is going to let it roll, and it just hangs on that 39-yard line, just kind of bounces sideways. The Huskies will get a little better field position than they did the last kick. And as we near the end of the first quarter, 3:21 to play, Albany holding on to an 8-0 lead yet.
Welcome on Capital Services scoreboard. Not a lot going on in the early goings through high school football. American League Championship Series, big game 5. Houston up 6 runs in the top of the 9th inning, 7-1. Astros looking to go home with a 3-2 lead.
Carter Voss will bring his team to the back to the line, the wishbone backfield, a little crisscross with Carter Beer in the backfield, and Carter picks up 5 on that first down carry. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Trying to work the counter right there, see if they could, Zimmerman looking to fly off the ball. We obviously saw that safety or corner come in. That was Poole with the timing. So you're trying to slow down that run rush a little bit. The counter, the crisscross is a perfect play to do that.
So 2nd down and 5. Huskies, Voss under center. 2 backs in the backfield this time. We have a wing in LeQuay. Voss looks to pass. He's being rushed. Throws it up, and that pass is incomplete, intended for Evenson. He was well covered on the play by Spence Kirby, and Voss again with pressure right in his face on 2nd and 5.
Yeah, very good coverage right there. And Albany tried running that play the last series and tried it again right here, Runts, and just not a lot of separation. There's a defensive end that kind of spilled things up a little bit, and then a corner with great coverage, and you're stuck at 3rd and 5.
Yeah, 3rd and 5. The last series, it was 3rd and 8. Maybe a little more doable this time. The ball resting on the 44-yard line. Wednesday night football, MEA week.
Our sibling station, Total Country Bob FM. Melrose leading Holding Fort 7-0 in the first quarter. 105.5 on your FM dial.
Beer in the backfield with Evenson. Voss will go with the hard count, and Zimmerman that time jumps offside. And number 78 grabbing his head, that's Heath Lester, knowing darn well that this was preached to him in practice about watching that hard count. Now, it's not going to give him a first down yet, I don't think, Kirby. Well, it might. It is.
Yep, there it is.
They are going to give him the first down. So a 5-yard penalty results in a first down for the Albany Huskies. They're going to put it at the 49.
I think you brought up a great point. You know, there's no way Zimmerman, yeah, it's the short week, but if they had practice on Saturday, I'm sure the first thing they heard was, watch out for 22. He's really good on offense and defense, and we're not falling for this hard count. Okay, we're watching the ball. We're not going to fall for it. Well, there you go. They get a free first down because they fell for it.
Wishbone backfield for the Huskies. Voss, a little counter again to Beer, waits for his hole to open up, and that time he's met by just a plethora of Thunder players right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Oakmont Capital Services scoreboard, Painesville leading Montevideo 8-0. Other scores, I had mentioned the Melrose score in Class 4A. Hutchinson leading Chisago Lake 16-0. Coon Rapids up 7-6 over Apollo.
Brady Goebel in for the Albany Huskies. Beerbaum out. 2nd down. And we'll call it 10. Backs in an eye and another offsides. Poole going to jump offsides again. And Albany taking maybe a little extra time on their count, Kirby. And that time Poole was going to come with a little blitz again.
So, it worked to perfection for that young man on that 3rd down last time. But Albany, seeing it, and he's coming close to the line. I'm sure the Huskies have an audible or an adjustment to say, okay, we're not going to go quick here. Let's hang in there for me and do the hard count. And all of a sudden, Poole's basically past Voss in the backfield as far back as he got in there, and it's a free 5 for the Huskies.
2nd down, let's call it 4 now for Albany. Wishbone backfield for the Huskies. Voss, he'll hand off. This time LeQuay gets the handoff. LeQuay fighting for a few yards. It'll be 3rd down and about 2.
3-yard pickup for LeQuay Jefferson, just kind of running right into the teeth of that Zimmerman defense, which is pretty beefy up front as the clock ticks under a minute here. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the Zimmerman 43-yard line.
3rd and 2, ball resting right around the 43-yard line. A lot of things you can do right now if you're the Albany Huskies. Of course, this might be 4-down territory for this team. They haven't tried sweeping yet a lot, the Huskies, so we'll see if they try something with a sweep to it. No, it's going to be Voss with the carry, and Voss initially stumbles as he faked to his fullback, and he is brought down. No pickup. 4th and 2 as we're down to 15 seconds to play here in the first quarter, and that's probably they're going to wind her down, and Albany will hold on to the lead 8-0 after 1 quarter of play at Michael Field in Herges Stadium. We will be back in 1 minute here on KASM.
They haven't done anything against you defensively while they're on offense, so you could maybe go for this if you wanted to. Could also play the field and the
Really pin them. Borgerding's out.
I see that. Not Goebel.
Fake. 8-0 as we start the second quarter. Ethan Borgerding on to kick it away for the Albany Huskies. They're going to punt on 4th and 2. Borgerding, high end-over-end kick, aiming for the sideline. That one's going to bounce inside the 5, and it's picked up by Rivers down about the 2, and he's brought down at the 5, and that's exactly what the Huskies wanted him to do. Wow.
Inside the 2, inside the 3-yard line, he picks it up, and the ball was still rolling. I mean, realistically, you can only lose if it were to stop before the end zone. I don't think a Husky could have got there, Randy.
No, I agree.
That thing was probably destined for a touchback, but Albany will take it as the ball fielded by Rylan Rivers. I don't know if he thought it was like a kickoff rule or what the scoop was right there.
Any event, that works out in the Husky favor right now. 1st and 10 for Zimmerman. They'll start at their own 5-yard line. Quarterback Trevor Jones will work under center. Motion man Poole. Jones hands off, a late handoff to his fullback, and carrying it up to about the 9-yard line is fullback Abram Hunter.
4-yard pickup right there for number 42. Just busting right through, trying to get out of the shadow of the goalpost right there.
So they get a little bit more breathing room. 2nd down and about 6 here. Rivers sets up over on the right. Receiver here on the near side is Schemey. On the left, Jones under center. The fullback in the backfield. Jones looks to pass. He'll go downfield, and that pass is broken up by Jordan Barker as he was stride for stride with Rivers. Barker turned around at the last second and stuck his hand up in the air, Kirby.
Just one-on-one, you know, it's I'm quarterback, you and your brother are the receivers, basically. You go deep and see who can go up there and get it. And well-thrown ball, Randy. He's got the wind at his back, this Jones, but it's right on the money, you know, an opportunity to go up and make a play for Rivers, but he was unable to pull it in, and I think Barker, maybe with a late swipe at it, poked it loose.
Yes, he did. It's kind of interesting. Barker was just watching Rivers run, and then as soon as Rivers stopped, Jordan
turned around.
Got
to read those eyes.
Yep, absolutely. It'll be 3rd down, about 6. Pool the motion man, a little screen pass out to the right, and that's going to go to Spence, and Spence should have enough for a 1st down. And Spence out over the 15 to about the 16-yard line, and the Thunder get their first down of the night.
Yeah, pickup of about 7 right there on the quick little swing out there. And Huskies playing softer coverage, you would say, Randy. You know, good 5-6 yards off the line of scrimmage, get it out to the athlete on the outside, and Spence able to make a man miss, get a 1st down.
Poole act as a decoy there. He went the other way, and the throw went to the right to Spence. 1st and 10, Jones under center, motion man, that's Spence. Ball fake, and here's a pitch to Spence and a loose football. The Huskies eat that up, and they recover the fumble at the Thunder 13-yard line.
Very late pitch right there by Trevor Jones on that option, Randy. And on a wet night, you look around and you're thinking, is that really the move you want to make this deep in your own territory too? Huskies got beautiful field position now inside the Zimmerman 15. Who got it?
Declan Crumley recovered it. Ball on the 14-yard line. The Huskies great field position. They lead 8-0 here in the 2nd quarter. Huskies break their huddle. Voss brings the team to the line. Wishbone backfield. Voss goes with a little bit of a longer count. Here's Beer taking that hand up, and Beer upended at the 15, falls forward to maybe the 13. Pickup of 1 in 2nd and 9.
7 carries for 29 yards for Carter Beer, as the Thunder are. I think they're going to be following him into the bathroom later at halftime. They're not letting him really get any space right now, and making the Huskies try to find someone else to beat him.
Absolutely.
The long hard counts are trying to slow him up, and got to maybe go with someone else in the backfield.
2nd and 9. Wishbone backfield again for Albany. Hand up, ball fake to LeQuay. Here's Beer with the carry. Beer busted open to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
Or never mind, just keep giving it to him.
Just give it to Carter. Give it to Carter Beer. 13-yard touchdown run. And the Albany Huskies go out on top 14-0 here in the 2nd quarter.
The old crisscross. Carter, again, tough running, Randy. Some contact at about the 6 and barreling his way in and making his way into the end zone.
It's just like he gets tougher with some contact, Kirby. He does.
Like those pitchers they would talk about, they get tougher as the game goes on?
Yeah, it's Voss. Voss will look to the end zone, throws to the end zone. Wide open is LeQuay for the 2-point conversion. And actually 2-point conversion for the Huskies. They lead 16-0. 16-0, 9:52 to play here in the 2nd quarter. It's been Huskies so far. We'll be back in 30 on KASM.
would you run that option like that or pitch it like that late? A wet night.
It just
He's
didn't make.
asking for trouble there.
The Albany Huskies take a gift, Kirby Hemish, and they turn it into points.
That's what you got to do. You're playing a tough opponent, bigger school than you, and ball's on the ground. Go get it. They end up having a short field. Go 2 plays and 14 yards, 13-yard touchdown run for Carter Beer, his second of the evening. Carter Voss on the 2-point throw to LaQuade Jefferson was good. 16-0 Albany in 42 seconds with 9:52 to play in the second quarter.
David ready to kick it off. Spence, Poole, and Rivers back deep for the Thunder. And here's a short kick by the Albany Huskies. It's going to end up going out of bounds. And Adam Dennis, I don't know if that was intentional or he wanted to kick it over that first line of return men, but ends up going out of bounds into the Albany Husky bench. And it went 10 yards, but it ended up going out of bounds.
I don't know if any Husky could have, maybe those outside guys would have had a chance to get over there. There's a kickoff out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 40. Best field position here for Zimmerman.
Or did they get a word went out of bounds?
Oh, yeah, I suppose you could.
And that was Zimmerman's.
10 yards from where it goes out of bounds?
Also, do they tap on
the 5?
A penalty as well?
Interesting
call there, but Zimmerman gets their best field position of the night. The Albany Husky 49-yard line. They're in Husky territory. Jones will work under center. Throws a quick pass out to Rivers. There's a little razzle-dazzle. The lateral to Poole, and he's off to the races down the sidelines. Poole's going to score, and the Thunder have cut into Albany's 16-0 lead. It's now 16-6 on a little razzle-dazzle after the other razzle-dazzle failed.
You get that quick screen to the outside. They get Albany's got Zimmerman had 3 receivers to the outside. They throw the quick screen out there. Albany pursued that well, but the quick pitch back on the hook and ladder, and Poole's got nothing but wet grass in front of him, and he just buzzed up that far sideline to cut the Husky lead in half.
Luke Poole, just a sophomore, but he has some awesome speed, and so it's 16-6. Thunder going for the 2-point conversion. Jones will look to the end zone, tosses it up, and it is complete to Poole for the 2-point conversion. And all of a sudden, Zimmerman has cut that Albany Husky lead in half. It's now 16-8 with 9 minutes, 39 seconds to play here in the second quarter. That's just too quick. We'll be back in 30 on KASM.
He threw that to Poole on the 2.2?
Yep. Boy, it's been a bunch of one-play drives tonight for Zimmerman, hasn't it, Kirby?
They fumbled quick in drives, and now they've scored quick in drives. They took advantage of great field position as the Huskies kicked off out of bounds, and they go one play, 49-yard touchdown on the hook and ladder as Trevor Jones threw it, and then Luke Poole ends up with it. He goes 49 yards up the far sideline. Same 2 hook up for the 2-point, 13-second drive. It is a 16-8 ball game, 9:39 to play.
Kicking it off will be Levi Stratton. Ponick back with Evenson, but it goes to one of the up men, and that might be Tyson Garrett. As Tyson is, no, it's not Garrett's over on that far side, number 30, 36 or 30.
I think it was Ponick, yeah.
I think it was Ponick. Ponick, the return man, Cole Ponick, the return man there for the Albany Huskies.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Albany. They start at their own 35 here.
Carter Voss back onto the field for the Albany Huskies, and with a 9:33 on the clock, Huskies need to take some time off here and punch it in if they can. Backs in an eye. Wing is LaQuay. Here's the handoff to Evenson, and Isaac is hit after a short gain of maybe a yard, and 2nd and 9. Zimmerman got a little excitement going over on their side of the football field after trailing 16-0. It's amazing what a big play can do.
I mean, you get the mistakes, the fumbles. Albany takes advantage of the short fields, and you're sitting there thinking, well, what the heck's going on here? We're down 16-0. Then you get that big play, and yeah, that's enough to fire you up. And you get Abram coming right through. Abram Hunter making the tackle right there. 1 yard pickup for Albany.
Baxon and I again. Moss. He'll hand off Carter Beer. They sweep Beer, and LeQuay is going to get called for a penalty. He has Carter Beer out over the 40-yard line. But a block in the back by LeQuay, or holding on LeQuay, will negate that gain by Carter Beer, and Albany's going to march back a few yards.
So you get the hold. If it happened where the flag was, this is going to be a tough one because the flag was at the 32 line of scrimmage. Was the 34? Yeah, so yeah, all the way down to the 22-yard line. Not ideal.
Wow, it's going to be a 2nd down and 22 right now for Albany. 2nd and 22. Get a couple chunks of yards here or a big play. Carter Boss, one back in the backfield. Boss rolls to pass. Throws a screen to Beer. Beer grabs that one right off the turf and off to the races. Odenthal, nice block. Penalty flag thrown in the mix. Beer's going to go down the field. Beer will score for the Albany Huskies, but a penalty flag thrown by one of the officials at about the 44. Did you see it, Kirby, or not?
Block in the back, right at the 44. All the play of the smoke and mirrors were going to the far side. That's where Zimmerman went, and then you get the throwback to the right side of the screen. He's coming up the near sideline, and you get that block in the back penalty called on Albany. 10 yards from right there, though. That you're still going to get. Still going to get a good 9 yards on the play.
9 yards on that gain, so it'll bring up a 3rd down and probably a dozen yet. Or did they lose a down?
No way. If the infraction would have happened at the 2, you would have been 10 yards back from the 2. So it'll be 2nd and 11 right here.
2nd and 11. Okay, so they don't lose that down. 2nd down and 11.
Just a shame that the end result was a 78-yard touchdown.
Yeah, and that block, did it affect the outcome?
That's the $1 million question.
You bet. Wishbone backfield for the Huskies. A little counter there to Beer, and Beer is brought down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down, about 11 for the Albany Huskies. So nothing going that time for Albany. Keep hoping for that little crisscross or that counter, Kirby, to work every time, and it just doesn't.
Yeah, maybe going to the well a little too often, but it worked on the touchdown. You had some nice games with it thus far. This is a tough down and distance for Albany.
It is a little under 7.5 to play here in the 2nd quarter, 16-8. Albany holding on to the lead over Zimmerman after leading 16-0. It's that one back in the backfield. That's Beer. Boss looks to pass, throws it downfield, and that's going to be out of play. Incomplete and out of play intended for Tyson Garrettson. It'll be punting time here for the Albany Huskies. Going to the short side of the field that time.
They like to roll Carter to the right when you have those longer passes, but like you said, as you're kind of alluding to, you didn't have a ton of room to work with and get open on this short side of the field. You had the boundary over here.
So Borgerding on for the Albany Huskies. He's going to kick it away. Ethan, the 6'3" junior, waiting for the snap. Late getting on the field. It's the Huskies' number 12, Jaden Marek. Here's the snap to Borgerding. A little wobbly kick that will bounce out of bounds right around the 38-yard line with no return. Do you take that on a wet night? Probably.
Into the wind, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Did we get a wind change? Now it looks like Albany has the wind.
It is an east-northeast wind, so it's...
For the first quarter when they were going this way, it seemed like they had the wind.
It probably was swirling at that time.
Got it.
Yeah. 39-yard line of scrimmage. Here comes the Thunder after holding the Albany Huskies and forcing them to punt.
How do you teach watch the hook and ladder?
Here's Jones. He's going to work out of the shotgun now. Two backs lined up next to him. Throwing a little creative offense in. Spence, they try to sweep him out to the left side, and Spence out of bounds after picking up 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Well, you get Spence in the open and you get Poole in the open curb. They got some good wheels.
So Zimmerman's thinking right now that the space is going to be their friend here. Try to get those athletes out there with some room to rumble, and that's what Tom Kish is trying to create here. Shotgun snaps and running that powerhouse I and wing T and stuff. That's right up Albany's alley.
Jones again, back under center. Here's the Huskies. Beerbaum rushing and a fumble on the play. The Huskies come up with the loose ball. Beerbaum hit Jones, and up with the fumble recovery for the Huskies is Odenthal.
Thomas picks up the gift, but man alive, Beerbaum was in the backfield quicker than the ball, Randy.
Wow. 3rd
fumble in Zimmerman territory. The Huskies are going to start their 3rd drive in Thunder territory here in just the first half. And that one, the other one were more Zimmerman mistakes. This one was just Beerbaum making an awesome play.
That was an awesome play by Mason. Thomas Odenthal with the recovery. I mean, there were 3 Huskies there. It was all purple laying on the ground. And
those are the ones where the first guy fell on it, and the other 2 were saying, no, pick that up and run.
All right, the line of scrimmage is the 34-yard line of Zimmerman. Albany with the wishbone backfield. Here's the pitch to Beer. Sweep to the right, and Beer. Line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard, and that'll be about it. It's going to be 2nd and long, 2nd and probably 9.
10th carry of the evening for Carter, 42 yards on the ground.
He doesn't get anything, Curb. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Trying to run to the sweep to the boundary right there, Randy, and just not a lot of room. Zimmerman with some athletes, edge players right here, setting the edge very nicely.
Brady Goebel comes out for the Albany Huskies. Mason Beerbaum in. Huskies looking at a 2nd and 10 as we near the 6-minute mark. Here's Voss throwing over the middle to Beerbaum, and Mason with the catch. And he is inside the 25 down to about the 21. Mason fighting. He's not going to leave his feet. He says, that's my ball, and that's a Husky 1st down.
Yeah, going right from the 35 to about the 20-yard line right there. So pick up, they'll call it the 21-yard line. So a nice pickup of about 14 right there. And Randy, that pop pass is something that when that team just keeps coming up and up and up, and you just run that quick pop pass past them. That's where you get them.
Carter does that well. 5:45 to play. Wishbone backfield again. Voss will keep it. He follows the center. Carter Voss picks up close to 5 yards on that carry as he's inside, or right on the 15, they're going to call it. So a gain of 5 and 2nd and 5.
Nice job. That was Voss on the keep, just following his center right there.
Maybe even 6, 2nd and 4. Yeah, follows his center and gets 6. Huskies probably see an opportunity there, Kirby, where the center is beating his man. So if you can get that many yards on a quarterback keep, it'll be the handoff. Is that going to be LeQuay? No, that's going to be Evenson with the carry.
It's a little short.
Yep, Evenson with the carry. It'll be 3rd down. He gets the 12-yard line. 3rd and 1.
Yeah, line to gain the inside the 11, between the 10 and the 11. So 4-down territory absolutely right here.
3rd down, 1 for the Albany Huskies. 4 minutes, 40 seconds to play here in the first half. Albany leading 16-8. 3rd and a yard. See if Voss follows his. Albany went with the hard count and Zimmerman jumped, but I think over on that far side, it might have been the Albany Huskies jumping too, and that's Carter Schiffler.
It's a tough one right there too, because you get that 3rd and 1. You got 2 chances with this offense to get under, just a tad over a yard. That's a dream scenario right there. Now you got, move it back a little bit, changes things.
3rd down and 6. 3rd and 6 for the Huskies. Clock continues to run. Like Kirby said, 4-down territory. I think regardless. It's Voss the handoff to Beer. He just bowls into that line, and it's going to be 4th down for the Huskies, 4th down, and probably a good 2 yards.
Not much doing right there. Just not a lot of real estate between the tackles right now. Zimmerman clocking gaps nicely. So, what do you go with on 4th and 2? Beer 30, or you try maybe that pop pass, swing it out, keep?
4th and 2. I don't know. You had some success with Carter Voss following his center. Let's see if they try to dive again.
Mike's going to run this thing down to 0 and call timeout, it looks like.
3 minutes and 30 seconds to play. The play clock down to 5 seconds. Albany does have 3 timeouts to burn here in the first half, so they will take one of those timeouts with 3:24 to play. We'll keep it right here, 16-8, Albany with the lead. The Oakmont Capital Services scoreboard, Kirby.
Astros do defeat the Red Sox. Eddie Rosario with a home run for the Braves. They're up 2-0. High school football scores on the out-of-town scoreboard. As looking around, we see that can't change my my settings here. We got Detroit Lakes trailing Dilworth Glendon-Feldon 29-14 in 3A scores. Pine City and Mora, that is a 6-6 game. Painesville up 22-0 on Montevideo in the early goings of that one. Dassel Cokato up 14-0 on New London Spicer. New London kind of hanging in that 3 area in Section 6 3A, Randy. Huskies and Wildcats. I could see, we haven't seen one of those matchups in the playoffs, 10 times in the last 10 years, right? So
exactly.
Some competitive games out there at the moment. Foley leading Holy Family Catholic 14-0.
Albany looking at a 4th down and 2 as the play clock now creating some havoc here. There we go, as the play clock back to 3:24. And the Huskies break their huddle. Looking at a 4th and 2. Carter Voss under center. Wishbone backfield. Pitch to Beer. Beer's got some room on the right. Sweep to the right. Down inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. It's a Husky 1st down. I like that sweep.
Awesome. I mean, look at the room he had out there. You got your best player on the edge with blocking in front of him. That's just a fantastic. Hey, how about on 4th and 2, we get 11 yards? Is that cool with everybody? Yeah, well, that'll work.
Albany's been pounding it, like you said, between the tackles for so much of the night tonight. And so you throw in a sweep, and it works for the Huskies. They'll spot it actually at, looks like the 2-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 2. Evenson and Beer in the backfield. Here's the handoff, going to go to Evenson. He bolts his way. Did he make the goal?
Arms are up. Yeah.
It is a touchdown. Isaac Evenson with 6. And the Huskies have broadened their lead 20-8 over Zimmerman.
It was a big answer back, Randy. And, I mean, you took advantage of that fumble. Great job by Beerbaum creating that fumble. And you got it, getting gifts is one thing, but taking advantage of them is much another. And Albany needed that one right there.
And that little pass over the middle to Beerbaum, too, was just huge. Gave the Huskies deeper penetration. Now going for 2. Carter Voss, hands off to Carter Beer. Beer, a little zigzag, and did not make it as he falls short of the end zone. So 20-8 Albany with 3 minutes, 11 seconds to play here in the first half. We'll take a 30 on KASM. Another Zimmerman turnover, turns and points for the Albany Huskies.
All 3 Zimmerman turnovers have turned into to Husky points. As 2-yard touchdown run for Isaac Evenson. 3:36 it took Albany to go 6 plays and that 34 yards. 2-point conversion run for Carter Beer was no good. 22-8, Albany up with 3:11 to play in the first half.
Adam Dennis will tee it up at the 40-yard line as the Huskies will kick it away. Their deep man, again, for Zimmerman, Caden Spence, Luke Poole, and Rylan Rivers. And Dennis has done a good job of not letting all three of those guys touch his kickoffs tonight. It's been the up man or it's gone out of bounds. Dennis ready. Kick high, end over end. This time it will be fielded by Spence. Spence back at the 20, starts upfield to the 30. And as Spence is brought down right around the 34, 35-yard line, it looked like he was tiptoeing there for a while. I wonder how slippery that field is out there, Kirby.
Even his way, the way he caught it, it's just kind of those broom ball steps he's got out there, and just doesn't want to open it up until you for sure have your footing. And I think we kind of saw Carter with that on that screen pass. That's just like, I don't know if I really want to let it go yet.
Rivers set up over on the right. Here on the near side, it's Schemy. Out of the shotgun, Jones. He ball actually hands off to Spence. They sweep Spence out to the left. He gets away from initial Husky tackler, and he's brought down at the 40 after a pickup of 5. So he picks up 5 after, being held up. Huskies could have had him for no gain.
Yeah, Schiffler had him there for loss of maybe 1, but he's able to slip that and kind of wiggle his way up the field. Nice job turning something into nothing.
2nd down and 5. Jones again will work out of the shotgun. Receivers right and left. You have that wing. Here's the handoff. That's going to go to, is that their fullback, number 42? It might be. Getting up from the bottom of the pile eventually here. No, that is Poole. Poole getting up from the bottom of the pile. It just takes so much time to develop their plays here, Kirby, and the Huskies are right on top of them.
Crumley just busting right through that A gap. He knocks the quarterback Jones over. Then he realizes Jones gave it to Poole, so he tackles him too. Why not hit them both, right?
Yeah, just about a 2-yard loss. It'll be 3rd down, and we'll call it 7. Rivers set up to the right. Here on the near side, Schemy. And now under center, Jones on 3rd and 7. Oh, motion, there was some motion. Poole moved. Tommy Odenthal just rips Poole down after the penalty flag. So they'll tack on 5 more yards on that illegal motion.
Little confusion right there all around. I don't know if Zimmerman, if they had a motion and the one wing or the other wing got confused as to which one was going to go because it looked like they both wanted to, and that's illegal. So just kind of messed up from Jump Street right there.
Still looks like that light mist is falling here on Michael Field. 1:45 to play. The Huskies want this football back. 3rd down, 11. Zimmerman working out of the shotgun, and now
the clock was running. I don't think it was supposed to. They're going to put 10 seconds back on this.
As I think that's what Mike Kleinschmidt was wondering now. Now the official's going to talk to benches here about maybe putting some time back on the clock. 1:43.
So it was a penalty on Zimmerman. So an opportunity for the Thunder to try to stop it a little bit right there. The ref realizing that the clock was started.
All right.
Not yet.
The clock set here. Zimmerman will be looking at a 3rd down and 11. You're just joining us. Albany with the lead. 22-8. 22-8 over Zimmerman. Jones working out of shotgun. Spence starts in motion. Jones bobbles it once. He's being pursued. Throws it out. Spence has the ball in the flat. Gets by Beer, and Spence into Husky territory at the 41-yard line. Big pass play. And Spence goes for some big yards there.
Yeah, 21-yard pickup on the pitch and catch on that roll right from Jones. Jones has now hit 3 of 4 times for 77 yards. And, yeah, Spence, that's not the guy you want to have the ball in space, Randy. He looks like he can get moving pretty quick.
He tiptoed past Carter Beer, and thankfully Albany came in pursuit from behind. Here's Jones. He doesn't know who to hand it off to, and the Huskies say Well, we had him in the backfield, and now somehow Jones is able to scamper away and get some positive yards out of that. They're forced to call a timeout. He gets 3 in 2nd and 7.
Yeah, he gets the snap, and he just looked at two guys like, why are you both looking like you're going to come get the ball here? I'm going to give it to one of you, but nice job by Jones, Randy. That should have been a loss of 1. He ends up getting 2 yards on that play.
That was an opportune time maybe to knock that ball loose again out of Jones's hands. He was carrying it just not very securely, that's for sure. Coming up at halftime, Kirby's going to recap this first half, 22-8, Albany with the lead. We'll also get your Freeport State Bank trivia. So Sam back at the radio station, he'll have our Freeport State Bank trivia with Derek Meyer ready to go when we ask for it. And you can kind of play along with us and see if you're correct in some of the trivia that Derek Meyer has put together for us tonight. That's coming up at halftime.
So Albany gets the ball after the half. So right now, you know, they're at your 38-yard line. It's basically trying to keep everything in front of you. They got some speed on the outside, Randy, and it looks like they got some guys who like to maybe make some jukes and some cuts that could get past you. You just got to keep your footing and make sure to keep those guys in front of you.
We know Zimmerman has tried a couple trick plays tonight. One has worked, one has failed. And Jones will work under center with his fullback in the backfield. Jones looking to pass, goes downfield, intercepted by Beer. Beer starts upfield to the 50. Inside the 50 to the 49-yard line, 47-yard line. Going the other way with 1:02 left. The Huskies pick off Jones.
He's he's the team's leading rusher. He's had the monster games, the rushing touchdowns. 2 of them again here tonight. But I said it last week. This kid could play safety somewhere in college. He's so good at reading. And, I mean, just a quick altered throw right there from Jones, and Carter just runs right underneath it. And then, obviously, once he gets the ball in his hands, look out. So he's been a delight and a great play right there by Carter Beer.
Here come the Huskies now, 1st and 10. Wishbone backfield for Albany. Carter Voss was going to do that little pop pass over the middle. Now flares it out to LeQuay down the sidelines. LeQuay thrown out of bounds close to the 30-yard line. That'll be a Husky first down right on the 30. Nice little play to LeQuay. The Huskies get themselves about a 17-yard gain.
Almost a broken play right there. It basically turned into
second option. Right?
Yeah, I like it.
So that pop pass was covered. Evenson will come out for the Albany Huskies in the backfield for Albany. Is that going to be Harn? Logan Harn in the backfield now at fullback. Harn will get the carry on first down, and Logan, he fights his way inside the 25 down to about the 23-yard line. Logan, his first carry in a couple weeks. He went out in that Cathedral game, Kirby, and never came back. And so Logan gets a carry here.
Nice pickup right there. A good catch by you that he was going in. It's like, well, if he's in there, you know, you almost got to assume the ball's going right there. Huskies quickly take their second timeout.
Yep, they burn a timeout, so that leaves them with 1 timeout. And we're inside of a minute to play. They're looking at a second down, and let's call it 3, a long 3 for Albany, leading 22-8 here in the first half. And Kirby said Albany's going to get the ball to open up the second half, too. Albany has, you know, we know they run the ball well, but they've mixed a few passes in tonight, too, that just have come at the right time, haven't they?
We had the screen, the quick second option to Carter there when the pop pass wasn't there because the pop pass worked earlier. A couple of the rollouts haven't quite been as successful for the Huskies thus far, but, boy, how big would it be to go up by 3 scores here to go into the locker room, Randy, and then get the ball back at halftime?
Yeah, and Zimmerman's no pushover, folks. I mean, they're a 6-1 team. They're a good football team here at Michael tonight. Here come the Huskies back after their timeout. See who's down on the field. Looks like Harn is still in there. LeQuay, Carter Beer. See those guys in the backfield. Brady Goebel out on tight end. Tyson Garrett's is in, too, for the Albany Huskies. It is Voss looking to pass. Voss throws downfield, has Garrett's, and Garrett's knocked out of bounds with the reception inside the 10 at about the 9. That's a Husky first and goal.
14 on the pickup right there by Tyson, and a beautiful ball by Carter Voss. Randy,
Came
right
all
off
the way
money.
across the field. He had lined up on the left side, and that pass went to the right sideline. So at the 9-yard line, first and goal with 43 seconds left.
One timeout. Probably could afford to run here if you wanted to.
Wishbone backfield for the Huskies. They sweep. Carter Beer to the right. Beer looks for that pylon, and he's out of bounds at about the 2.
About 7 yards right there.
And it stops the clock with 38 seconds to play. Second and goal from the 2.
That's where that play call. So, I mean, you have such a smart player there, too. Like, Carter, get what you can get and get out of bounds. I don't want to burn this timeout on a running play.
LeQuay comes out. Beer bomb out. Logan Harn in for the Albany Huskies.
Again, the beef.
And Beer in the backfield. It is
Beer 30.
touchdown for the Huskies. Carter Beer. A little crisscross there, and Beer runs it in from 2. What's that make him? 3 touchdowns tonight for Mr. Beer?
3 on the night, 4 touchdowns for Albany, all of which the drive following a Zimmerman turnover.
28-8 Albany. Now the 2-point conversion coming up. LeQuay in for Albany. Beer will line up in a receiver spot. LeQuay in the backfield with Logan Harn as Voss looks to pass. Tucks it on his hip. Now a penalty flag in the backfield as the ball falls loose. And might have been a hold, too, in the back. They're going to wave it off. No good. Holding on the Albany Huskies. The extra point no good, and with 33 seconds left, the Albany Huskies will hang on to that 28-8 lead. We'll take a 30 here on KASM. Back in 30. Six more for the Albany Huskies, Kirby Hamish.
Yeah, it was a beautiful interception by Carter Beer and moved up the field. Huskies start at the Zimmerman 47-yard line. Minute 10 to play. It didn't take them long. They get some nice passing. Gaird's with a nice catch. Jefferson with a Gaird's with a nice catch and some nice runs right there between the run after catch for Jefferson. 2-yard touchdown run for Carter Beer. 2-point conversion try was no good. 28-0 Albany.
Ethan Borgerding is going to kick it off for the Albany Huskies. It's almost like, do you even want to return here, Kirby? Do you want to maybe squib this one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see what Borgerding does. The ball teed up on the 40-yard line. Those 3 men back, Spence, Poole, and Rivers. They're the deep men. Here's Borgerding. He'll squib it down the middle of the field, and Thunder try falling on it. And finally, at the end, they do, as one man went down for just about a kick save. That was number 23. 23 covering it up, Josiah Johnson, a freshman, getting his name in the scorebook. So the ball resting at the 34-yard line, first and 10. Now we are down to 31 seconds to play here in the first half. 28-8 Albany. Quarterback for Zimmerman. Trevor Jones hands off to Spence. Spence sweeps to the right, and the Huskies there converging on Spence and bringing him down after a pickup of maybe 3. 2nd and 7. Zimmerman going to burn a timeout here.
Interesting that you ran that generic kind of reverse, and then you call a timeout right after that, where if you think that you
got a little razzle-dazzle.
Yeah, no, I mean, if he was supposed to pass that or what the scoop was, but
yeah. You know, for as much as they've turned it over tonight, you know, that razzle-dazzle comes at a cost, too, doesn't it?
It got him into the end zone
Yeah.
on one, but,
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about it at halftime, but Huskies, as I had mentioned, have created 4 turnovers, and the 4 Husky scoring drives happen right after those 4 turnovers. So it's live by the sword, die by the sword type of deal.
That wind is definitely blowing harder than what we can realize there, as I see some of the officials' jerseys down on the field. They're flapping back and forth. I think that flag is just matted around the flagpole, Kirby, with the wet weather. And they're going to give them a little more than what I had thought, that 3-yard gain. This looks close to more like a 2nd and 5. Give them 5 on that first down carry. Jones under center. Motion man, that's Poole. Jones looks to pass, throws a little screen pass to Poole, who was motion man, and Poole has the reception. He's thrown out of bounds by the Huskies near the first down marker. It's going to be short, though, 3rd and about a yard. 16 seconds to play, 3rd and a yard.
81 passing yards for Trevor Jones. And it'll be 3rd and 1 here with 16 seconds to play in the first half.
Of course, that 81 yards is definitely embellished with a long pass reception for a touchdown. Right?
49 of them on the hook and ladder, yeah. Good call.
All right, 3rd and a yard. The Husky faithful getting a little noisy here at Michael Field in Herges Stadium. Jones will hand off to his fullback, and I don't think, no, he did not get it, and that was big number 42, Abram Hunter, senior fullback, and he'll be thrown for a loss. It'll be 4th down and 3.
Who's calling timeout here? Albany?
Are they going to force him to maybe punt? We're down to 6.
Oh, they'll wind it. Never mind.
6 seconds to play, and now they'll wind it down, and time will expire as the snap comes late, and the Huskies going to take a 28-8 lead into the locker room at halftime. An absolutely beautiful first half for the Albany Huskies here at Michael Field. All right, let's do this, Sam. We will take a 3-minute timeout. We're going to come back. Kirby will give us an update on our scoring drives here, and then we'll have some Freeport State Bank trivia. So we're back in 3 minutes with more of your halftime show.
Good deal. Don't start yet.
Royalton leading Pierce 16-0 at half.
At the half, we have a football score. Royalton 16, Pierce nothing.
I had heard that Pierce had it beat up.
Yep, that's what Kirby heard too, that they were beat up.
My wife teaches there. They're very beat up. Yeah. Got all those kids there.
Yeah. It's cold.
Hey, welcome back. Halftime at Michael Field in Herges Stadium, 28-8. Albany leading the Zimmerman Thunder here in our final football game of the regular season. Hard to believe this is week number 8 already, Kirby, of high school football. You remember when we were doing week number 1 and we were still doing amateur baseball yet? And
We had a
it's
game Thursday.
Yeah.
You had a Luxembourg game Friday.
Yep.
Then you and I kind of got back down there on Saturday. I mean, that's unbelievable to think that was this football season
I know.
yet. It seems
I
so
know.
long
It
ago, but
seems
yet
so long ago.
not also seems like just a moment ago.
Yeah, yeah. A wet, soggy Michael Field tonight, and the Albany Huskies have taken advantage of some huge turnovers by Zimmerman, haven't they?
They have. There's been 4 Zimmerman turnovers, and Albany has scored 4 touchdowns. Coincidentally, the drives following those 4 turnovers, 3 of them starting in, well, hold on now. Zimmerman territory, Zimmerman territory, Zimmerman territory, Zimmerman. All 4 of them starting in Zimmerman territory, Randy. And that's, I mean, I'm going to get into the yard totals, and they're not all. Albany's not exactly blowing the doors off in the yard race by any means. They're winning it, but they're not just, crushing them like we've seen in other Husky games. It's just taking advantage of turnovers and field position football.
Yeah, they've had short field. And it's been given to them by Zimmerman tonight. And Kirby, you look at the Thunder, they're coming in as a 4-8 team. They're a 6-1 record. Albany's 5-2. These two teams have had some huge games over the years, and we've always seen Zimmerman with that big punishing fullback. That's not necessarily the case tonight, but they're showing us a little speed on their corners, aren't they?
They are. The edge has some talent. Poole's quick. Spence, obviously, he's got some speed to him as well. Quarterback Jones is getting those guys the ball has been the issue, and then once they have the ball, holding on to the ball been the issue as well. So there's a reason Zimmerman's got 6 wins. We can see the pieces are there. It's just Huskies kind of taking advantage of some miscues right now.
Yeah, and has the field made a difference tonight? Maybe it has.
I would say so. Carter Voss probably cost Albany a first down with a slip on a 4th down attempt. We've seen some some shorter strides maybe, and a missed tackle or 2 on that long touchdown for Zimmerman. So I would say the elements have been a factor. Yeah.
All right, you want to give us some of those stats you've accumulated?
Let's get after it. First play of the game, a fumble by the Thunder by their fullback on the first carry of the evening for Abram Hunter. Huskies picked it up. Short field, Huskies starting at the Zimmerman 35. 7 plays to go, capped off with a 5-yard Carter Beer touchdown run. His 2-point conversion run was into the end zone as well. 8-0 Albany at that point. 3-and-out punt Zimmerman. 3-and-out punt Albany. 3-and-out punt Zimmerman. First down, then a punt for Albany. Zimmerman has the ball. They fumble on an option play. Remember that right down here, just that really late pitch. And I think the elements maybe had a factor in on that one as well. The Huskies got on that. Carter Beer, a 13-yard touchdown run from there as that drive started at the Zimmerman 14-yard line. Voss to LaQuay Jefferson on the 2.16-0 Albany at that point. 1 play later, Albany's got all the momentum, not so fast anymore, Randy. 49-yard hook and ladder touchdown run to Luke Poole after the pitch and catch. It is Poole on a catch from Jones on the 2.16-8 the score. Huskies go 3-and-out. Zimmerman gets a fumble picked up by the Huskies at the Zimmerman 34. They go 5 plays, 2-yard touchdown run for Isaac Evenson. Carter Beer's 2-point conversion was no good. An interception by Carter Beer. Albany starting at the Zimmerman 47-yard line on the next drive. Beer caps off a 47-yard drive on a 2-yard touchdown run. Carter Voss's 2-point attempt was no good. 28-8 our halftime score. Team totals. Albany on the ground, 25 carries, 96 yards, 3.84 per carry, 3 touchdowns. Voss 4 for 7 passing for 56 yards, 152 yards of offense for Albany. 14 carries, 23 yards for Zimmerman, 1.6 yards per carry. The quarterback, Trevor Jones, 4 for 6 passing, 81 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 104 yards of offense for the Thunder. Beer goes 14 carries, 65 yards, 3 touchdowns. Evenson, 4 carries, 11 yards, and a touchdown. Voss, as I had mentioned, 4 for 7 for 56 yards. Receptions go to Garrett's for 14, Jefferson 17, Beerbaum 14, and Beer 9 for Zimmerman. They got 11 yards on the ground for Caden Spence. Jones is thrown for 81. Spence with 28 yards receiving, and Poole with 53 yards receiving, 49 of which coming on that hook and ladder. So there we go. 28-8 our halftime score. Huskies will receive the second half kickoff.
Well done, Kirby Hemish, and your halftime recap for us here on KASM. All right, another feature of our halftime show is Freeport State Bank Trivia. And earlier today, Derek Meyer from Freeport State Bank stopped by. He has some trivia questions for us tonight. So, Sam, let's hear the questions. All right, there we go, Kirby Hemish. 2009, you remember 2009? You probably
Sure do.
started at the radio station.
I'm going to get this one.
You are. Okay, Albany, a career record of 7-3 versus Zimmerman. The first time these two teams played was in a 2009 playoff matchup where the Huskies came out on top 44-14. In that victory, a quarterback threw for 3 scores, and who was he? Zach Posterick, Adam Harlander, or Luke Evans? Kirby, I'm going to go with Zach Posterick.
You're going to be wrong.
Really?
I'm pretty sure it's Adam Harlander. He was the pitcher on that 2010 baseball team, their ace as a senior, and he would have been the quarterback there in 2009. My answer is B, Adam Harlander.
Oh, okay. All right, so we're going A, B there. The number 2 question, the Huskies have had 2 defensive touchdowns this year so far. Do you know the guys who have scored them?
Beerbaum and Buttweiler.
And Buttweiler.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah. One of the strongest defensive teams for the Huskies, that 96 team. I think that was the year Joe Gill.
Graduate. Yeah.
Exactly 25 years ago, which allowed 70 points in 12 games. Despite their dominating defense, they only had 1 defensive touchdown that year, which was scored on a fumble recovery from this player. Who was he? Neil Austin, Sam Rothstein, or Luke Mitchell?
I don't have a clue. I'm going to say Sam Rothstein because he was an awesome baseball player.
Well, I know Neil and Luke were in Joe Gill's class.
Well, Rothstein's got to be right in there.
And I think Sam was a year after them yet.
You don't think he played as a junior?
I think I'm going to go with Neil Austin just because he probably played safety and he was a stud player.
Gotcha.
And you're going to go with?
Sam Rothstein.
You're going to go with Sam.
By my Martin guess right there.
Yeah.
Your relative guess, I'll say.
That's true. Yeah, I know Sam could hit a baseball, but
could he scoop and score in football? We're going to find out right now, aren't we?
All right, let's get the answers to Freeport State Bank Trivia. All right, thank you, Derek Meyer. And so, Kirby, we both go 1-1. 1-1. I saw Adam Harlander at the post office today. I'm surprised he didn't give me a little insight to this question.
You don't think that was someone telling you something, Randy? How did you not guess Adam Harlander there?
Yeah,
That's the sign
it
from
should have
above.
been. It should have been, absolutely.
I went with memory. You were gifted the gift through the Karmaic conversion, basically, but
so thank you again, Derek, for our halftime trivia.
I'm told, though, Joe Gill, after that loss tomorrow, went home and just went straight home. He didn't go out and party. He just went straight home and got his homework done for the weekend and just off to maybe a half an hour of KASM radio and off to bed for Poco Joe that night.
Wow. Amazing. That is that's a story in itself.
Someday maybe we'll get the other end of that story.
That's right. At halftime, 28-8, Albany with the lead over Zimmerman. I got a feeling they're going to put a few more minutes on the clock here. We will get Albany with that kick to start the second half. And
Oakmont Capital Services scoreboard. Dassel Cokato is up 26-7 over New London Spicer. That game was at half. Other scores, Pine City and Mora tied at 6. Painesville up 22-0 on Montevideo. Foley all over Holy Family Catholic at 20-0. Glencoe Silver Lake 7-3 over Watertown Mayor. Melrose halftime 28 Rock over Holdingford. Annandale over Litchfield 25-7. I'm looking for that Ricori score, Randy. As Ricori taking on Big Lake this evening. Becker's up 14-0 at halftime over Wilmer. I don't think I'm going to find it, but there we go. There's a quick little look at your Oakmont Capital Services scoreboard.
and you did give that Piers score.
I did not.
It was Piers losing to Royalton. Royalton 16-0 in halftime over Piers. So that's a big game, Kirby, because it's between Piers and Albany right now for the
Top seed, yeah.
the top seed here.
Section implications aplenty on that one.
Yeah, and that could mean a first round bye for one of the two teams. All right, they put a few extra minutes on the clock here, so let's do this. Let's take a 1 minute timeout. We're back with second half action in a minute. Sartell had to go all the way up to Bemidji tonight. Can you imagine that?
Just dumb scheduling. Reese's senior year, they
Yep.
played MEA at Bemidji State.
Halftime just about concluded here at Herges Stadium and Michael Field. Kirby, you played in games where it's raining and you're wet and you're cold, although the temps still are not too bad yet. I mean, upper 40s to start the game tonight, but that's not a good feeling going into the locker room, coming back out, you're wet, and it's but if you're a player, it's different than a fan, right?
The worst was going into the locker room.
Yeah.
Because you warmed up. Then you came back out, and it was like, what do we even leave this for? You almost you were ready. You know, it's like
Yeah.
if you were taking your dock out or something, and you went in, and then you dried off, and you got dry, but you had to go back in. It's like that's the last thing you'd want to do. You were better off just staying out, eating the rain the whole time, and just staying used to the elements and not warming up and deal with that come 10 o'clock.
That's what Zimmerman did. They just huddled up in an end zone. Albany will get the kickoff. It's going to be Ponick and Evenson, the deep men for the Albany Huskies. A couple of the up man for Albany. It'll be Riley Garding, along with number 56. That's Tanner Reese.
You know when it was even colder, though?
When?
When you had 4 turnovers and you were trailing by 20 at halftime, and you were probably not playing your best football.
Yeah.
That's when it was.
That's when it's cold.
That's when it was pretty chilly.
All right, kicking off for the Thunder to start this second half. It'll be Levi Stranton, and some of the shenanigans Zimmerman has pulled tonight. You just be ready just in case an onside kick coming here. And I'm sure that's what maybe Ethan Borgerding's thinking, maybe Brady Goebold's thinking, as that kick coming up, and it is a little squib kick. It's fielded by the Albany Huskies. One of the up man, he slides safely and makes the catch. That is number 56 for the Albany Huskies, Tanner Reese.
Good call. Surprise onside, or not even really an onside, just kind of trying to find that little soft area.
Yeah.
But like you said, they've got some tricks up their sleeves, these Thunder. So it's, you know, you breaking the locker room and saying, okay, now anticipate something coming right away.
Having done Albany football for 24 years now, Kirby, I've seen many teams try pulling shenanigans on the Huskies as Voss keeps it on first down and carries it out over the 40-yard line to about the 41. I remember a trip up to Detroit Lakes one year where they pulled a trick play on us at Foley, where they pulled trick play on us. Voss with the carry. Second down, about 8. Two backs in the backfield for the Albany Huskies. Carter Beer, the handoff. Beer has room over on the right side. He gets away from one man. The slick running back for the Huskies still on the move into Thunder territory inside the 45-yard line. Wind at the, or actually going into the wind here, although that light rain and mist falling appears to be blowing at the back of the Huskies.
So the flag looks like it's going from home sideline to far sideline.
It's almost like a north wind now, isn't it?
But then the when you watch the rain fall, it looks like it's still coming.
Yeah, out of the northwest.
14-yard pickup for Beer, 79 yards on 15 carries.
1st and 10, fullback carry for the Huskies. That might be Evenson with the carry, and Isaac just carries a few Thunder players with him. No, it's Logan Harn. Harn with the carry.
Second time he's ran for 7 yards tonight, Randy. It's a nice change of pace and maybe some fresh legs coming in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Evenson started the game at fullback, but Harn has played well since coming and getting his shot late in the second quarter. Handoff Beer. Beer right side and should have enough for a first down. A late penalty flag thrown against the Albany Huskies. Could be a hold, a late hold there on the Huskies.
You bet.
So that
third one of those.
That flag thrown right around the 37-yard line. So this is going to go back to about the 47-yard line. Huskies in Thunder territory.
Yeah, it wipes out a first down, and now you go from 2nd and 3, or what would have been a first down, to 2nd and 14.
Yep, 2nd and 14. Brady Goebel in for Albany. Mason Beerbaum out. Beerbaum's had a nice night for the Albany Huskies.
Huskies have cleaned up the laundry in the last few weeks. They struggled with penalties earlier in the year.
Fullback lined up behind Voss. Here's Beer with the handoff. Sweep right. Beerbaum, or actually make it Carter Beer. Brought down right around the 46-yard line, so not much. Boy, it looked like he was going to find a little lane there, and Thunder closed it up in a hurry.
Yeah, I mean, an opportunity maybe for a cutback, but Zimmerman, some great ball pursuit right there. Randy coming and finding Carter, and man, that penalty is just a crippler right now.
It is.
Third and 12.
Yeah, 3rd and 12, maybe even 3rd and 13. Couple backs in the backfield. Beer out on a wing. Voss rolls to his right, looks to pass, throws it up, has a receiver. That is Schiffler, Carter Schiffler, coming across the field. It's not a first down for the Albany Huskies, but it's 4th and short, 4th and maybe 3 for Albany. So Schiffler getting a pass reception there.
A 9-yard pickup. 5th different Husky with a catch, all with one catch. Kind of a interesting stat sheet right there.
Spreading out the wealth. I don't know if Carter Schiffler, Kirby, if he's got a pass this year for the Huskies yet. That might be his first reception. Carter was out early in the year with an injury. They ended up taking Caden Sands' number when Caden went out with an injury. Number 13. 4th and 3 for the Huskies. Wishbone backfield. Voss will sweep Beer to the right. On the sweep, Beer dives and has a first down. Right over in that Zimmerman bench. Boy, that sweep to the right has worked so well for the Huskies tonight.
The boundary side of the field, too, Randy. You have the, what do we got here? Are they thinking he's short? There's no way he was short.
No way. He took, I think
He take the chains out?
no,
First down, there
They
you go.
did give him a
Okay.
first down. I thought he dove and he had more than enough, although he might have been closer to the sidelines than we realized,
Well,
Kirby.
there's a good point. I mean, our vantage point, we can't see exactly when he does go out of bounds over there. But like you said, I feel like the line to gain was almost on his hip, and he dove from there.
But look at if we're using those like 40, 50 markers, look at that bench over there. They're standing behind one of them.
Okay.
So, I mean, those markers are, they're not the line.
No. First down nonetheless.
Yeah, nonetheless, for the Huskies, it is Beer, the workhorse. Beer off to the races, sweep to the right. Beer, make it left. Beer inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line. Carter Beer with a huge gain. They were sweeping to the short side of the field. Now they went wide side of the field. And Beer, you put him one-on-one with a corner. A lot of times he's going to get a big chunk of yardage.
That's where you get him, too. And, I mean, you brought up a great point. To the boundary, to the boundary, to the boundary. Now you go to the field side where he's got all that space, and he has an opportunity to one-on-one with leverage out there. He just took it down to the 7-yard line, 29-yard pickup for Beer. He's into triple digits once again.
Down to the 7, first and goal, Huskies leading 28-8, and Logan Harn with the carry. Harn down to about the 5. He'll get 2, and second and goal from the 5. As that end zone starting to get a little muddy. You can definitely tell that there's been a little activity in that part of the field.
Taking a punch tonight. I feel like halftime and the warm-ups even just kind of tossing some clay around.
Yeah. Second and goal from the 5. Voss under center again. Voss hands off Beer. Beer a little slip. Beer to the goal. Touchdown, Huskies.
How does he do it?
How
does
does he do it?
How does he stay up? I mean, it's a wet field. He slips. He bounces off a tackle. The tackle almost straightened him up a little bit and ends up in the end zone again, 4th time.
I mean, this is a guy who had a bad ankle from week number 1 already. He's been battling a bad ankle all season, and yet he's putting up huge amounts of yardage and numerous touchdowns per game. And Carter Beer, another one. Huskies lead 34-8. Going for that 2-point conversion. It's Carter Voss rolling right. Voss, little ball fake, throws to the end zone, and that's picked off by the Zimmerman Thunder. 2-point conversion fails, and 34-8 our score remains with 8:02 to play here in the third quarter. We'll take a 30 on KASM. Albany Huskies take the opening drive of the second half and march downfield, Kirby.
When you go into the halftime locker room with a 20-point lead and you're getting the ball at halftime and you're sitting there saying, put a good one together here. It's going to kind of put the knife in a little deeper, and that's exactly what they did. 8 plays, 3 minute 55 seconds. It goes 62 yards, 5-yard touchdown run for Carter Beer, his 4th of the evening. He's up to 118 yards rushing on 19 carries. 2-point conversion throw no good. 34-8 in favor of Albany on the Oakmont Capital Services scoreboard. Adam Dennis tees it up.
You bet. Ready to go as Spence, Poole, and Rivers back deep. Dennis letting it fly from the 40, and this will be fielded by Rivers about the 24-yard line to the 30. Goes crossfield now as Jordan Barker will pull him down from behind at about the 33-yard line.
That was a good tackle.
Yeah.
Good pursuit, tackle, just following the play.
Nice Nice coverage there by the Albany Huskies kick return team. So 7:53 to play. We'll see what the Thunder have in store for the Huskies here in the second half. It looks like their quarterback Jones will work out of the shotgun. Seeing a little bit of deception in the backfield. Handoff Poole. They sweep Poole to the short side of the field, and he's thrown down after a short pickup of maybe 3 yards out over the 35. No, now they're spotting him very close to the 35, so it's going to be a pickup of only 1 and 2nd and 9, so he must have been knocked out of bounds on that far side of the field.
Thunder clearly want to get the game, the ground game going. Randy, the 14 carries, 23 yards in the first half, and they tried doing it to get it moving here in the second half, and more of the same, 1 and change on the average.
Receivers right and left. It's Jones handing off, and
that's a fullback.
Is it Hunter? Hunter, the fullback with the carry, and Hunter maybe gets another yard. It'll be 3rd and 8. Just 2 yards on 2 carries here for the Thunder.
They're playing into the Huskies' hand. As anyone who's followed the purple this year, they know that they run well and they stop the run well.
2 receivers set out right and left. Those backs in the backfield with Jones taking the snap out of the shotgun, rolls to his left, throws a little flare pass out to Poole, and knocked out of bounds. Poole is right around the 36, 37-yard line. Virtually no, maybe a yard, Kirby. It'll be 4th down and 7. Let's call it 4th and 7. And so a yard on each one of their plays. Just nothing going, and hats off to the Husky defense.
You're sitting there kind of curious as to the short nature of the passing, trailing by 3 full scores, 4 full scores.
Stratton will kick it away for the Thunder as Beer, the lone man, back for the Albany Huskies. Carter sees that one bounce at the 40, and this is going to continue to roll down to the 26-yard line. That's where the Huskies will start 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. So Stratton, more of a line drive kicker, and you're going on maybe a dry night. Maybe Beer's picking those balls up and running with them.
They receive. I might pull armchair quarterback on Coach K Friday at about 150 and say, why do you have the return man so deep all the time? It bounces in front of him every time.
Yeah, exactly. Wishbone backfield for the Huskies. Hand off to the fullback. That might be Harn as he just carries that defensive line with him out to about the 30-yard line. Harn with a pickup of 4.
Yeah, nice carry on 1st down right there by Logan Harn.
Make it a pickup of 3. They mark him a little shy of the 30. So 3 and 2nd and 7.
We were curious as how Carter Beer is able to do what he does, Randy. I'll continue this thought after this play.
Beer is a wing out on the right. As here comes the Thunder in a pitch to LeQuay. LeQuay's got some room down the right sideline. LeQuay spends pushing him out of bounds in Thunder territory at the 40. I make it the 39, but Poole was in that backfield again.
31-yard pickup right there for LeQuay Jefferson, just busting right out of there. And you talked about the blitz coming in, but get it away from him. Run away from the blitz, and you've taken one defender out of the play, and LeQuay showing that burst along that far Zimmerman sideline for a nice Husky 1st down.
I mean, Poole is guessing who's got the football, right? And that time,
LeQuay
ended up with the football. Exactly. 1st and 10 Huskies. They are in Thunder territory again, leading comfortably here with 5:40 to play in the 3rd quarter, 34-8. That light rain continues to fall on us here at Michael Field. 1st and 10. Boss will work under center. Boss keeps it on the ground. Carter Beer with the carry. And Carter Beer, look at that. He spun 2 times, and now he's off to the races. He will score again. 39-yard touchdown run from the line of scrimmage there, and the Huskies have opened up a 40-8 lead here in the third quarter. What a night for beer.
He's met at like a 7-yard gain, 2 spins simultaneously, and nothing but green grass and paint from there for Carter Beer. Makes his way to the end zone for his 5th rushing touchdown of the evening. As, man alive, I mean, what can't this guy do?
2 360s, and then he comes out of that running in the right direction yet. Kirby, I guarantee if I did 1 360, I'd probably be dizzy and fall over. But he did 2.
Now I really want to see it.
And on to attempt the extra point is Adam Dennis. They're going to attempt to kick it here, as Hutchinson will hold for Dennis. Got to get the snap off. There's the snap, the place to kick. Dennis drills it up and off to the left. So the extra point no good. The Huskies lead 40-8, 5:28 to play here in the third quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout here on KASM.
This is from Dan Anderson. I was trying to get it in there, but next thing you know, it's 39-yard touchdown run.
That's good. That's good. (40-8) Albany with the lead. The Huskies scoring quickly again here in the third.
Yeah, it didn't take long as they started at their own 26-yard line. You get the long LeQuay run and the long Beer run. 3 plays, 39-yard touchdown run for Carter Beer. Took 54 seconds. Adam Dennis's extra point, no good. Albany by 32 on a wet Wednesday as inching closer and closer to turning that first round bye and giving everyone a chance to clean those white pants, Randy.
Absolutely. Dennis has the ball teed up, and Zimmerman set to return it. We'll see what Dennis does, if he does kick this all the way down the field or not. Dennis, just a sophomore, getting a lot of kicking opportunity this year. High end-over-end kick. This will be fielded by Spence at about the 19-yard line. He starts upfield out to about the 35-yard line. And that return for Caden Spence. Kirby, you received a text from Dan Anderson, and Dan, former wrestling coach here at Albany, and knows just the importance of being in a weight room, right?
Strength training is apparently a big part of Carter Beer's game. Randy and I were curious as to how Carter was doing some of the things he was doing, and verbatim he said, tell Randy a big reason Beer does what he does is because he lived in the weight room with great help from strength coaches Alex Evon and Aaron Schwenzpfeifer. So getting it done in the summer, paying off in the fall.
Strengthening those core muscles as Spence carrying it on first down. He is up to about the 48-yard line, maybe 49-yard line. Has a first down coming out of that backfield. Caden Spence, the junior, last man getting up as he was brought down right near the Albany bench. I believe
12-yard pickup right there.
Yeah, that they will spot it on the 48. So 1st and 10 for the Thunder.
Longest rush play of the evening for Zimmerman right there at 12 yards, excuse me.
That's amazing. That's hats off to the great defensive play by Albany tonight. It's Jones. He will flip. We got a new man carrying the ball. That's Max Gostanek. And Gostanek is brought down over by the Zimmerman bench near the first down marker, Kirby, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield, isn't there?
Yeah, right at the 45, and this will be against Zimmerman. This will negate that that rush. We had some new blood out there?
Yes, exactly.
Gostanzik?
Gostanzik. There you go.
Okay.
That's how it's pronounced, Gostanzik.
Back to my old Highway 169 days over Princeton Zimmerman. Get those
that
get those
name
letters
is
together.
familiar.
I mean, you just
familiar.
see. Sometimes you look at it, it's like I've seen that before. Yeah.
Andrew, you got a popcorn? I'll take that home for midnight snack tonight. Thank you, sir.
No, thank you.
All right. And that penalty flag, Kirby, will push Zimmerman all the way back to the 35-yard line. Just when they had the momentum going there.
Might have
Penalties.
been a clip on that one.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be first down and long. First down about 24, 25. Scoreboard reading now. Late in the third quarter, 4:25 to play third quarter. Straight ahead handoff and nothing going there. Being brought down, no gain for sure, is Gastonzak.
This is a play that clearly Zimmerman, just that dive, that this must be a staple of theirs, and they just have not been able to get it going thus far this evening. The Huskies, that A-gap pressure has just been kind of out-muscling Zimmerman up to the point of attack.
Right, and hats off to the defensive line because I think they are dominating that offensive line for Zimmerman right now. So second down, a good 25. Jones, a three-step drop, pass up in the air, and
Ooh.
right there was Carter Beer lurking. He was about the only man. Tyson Garrett's was laying on the ground, but Carter didn't really make an attempt to go after it. It falls incomplete.
There was a Thunder player laying on the ground who had slipped, who Carter kind of had to tiptoe around. Otherwise, you see that kind of that soft throw. That's normally where it's Beer licking his chops on plays like that. He's not thinking pick. He's thinking pick six when the ball sits in the air that long.
Quarterback Trevor Jones, he's a senior, over talking to his head coach, Tom Kish. And Albany ready to defend here on 3rd and 25. Jones under center. Trips to the left, one receiver right. Jones throws over the middle. That reception by Rivers, and they're saying no, never had it in the grasp, and so it falls to the ground incomplete. 4th down for the Thunder.
So on a night where Zimmerman, 1, 2, 3 3-and-outs in the first half. In the second half, they start back-to-back. Well, I guess they did get, forget I said anything. They had that first down on that first play, but Husky defense, I mean, 7 snaps in the second half thus far, 3:30 to play in the third quarter.
Couple deep men for the Albany Huskies.
Deep, the operative word, Randy.
Tyson Garrett's and Carter Beer as Levi Stratton kicking it away. That's going to go down the sideline by the Zimmerman bench and down by Zimmerman at about the 37-yard lines. The Huskies going to start their 1st and 10 from their own 37, 3:25 to play, 40-8, Albany by 32 here late in the third quarter. You're on the road, Zimmerman. You know you got a long bus ride home. You're going to get MEA break. It's probably going to practice, though, during MEA break.
They section with, I just looked at this, Mount West Tonka, Princeton, Orono, Delano, Big Lake. So Mount West Tonka, I believe, would be the top squad out of there. They had I think they're undefeated, actually.
1st and 10, Albany. 2 backs in the backfield. Carter Voss under center. Carter's going to keep it, and Voss with the 5-yard gain on 1st down up to the 42-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 and 2nd and 5.
Now this is where I got to ask you, do you think that that's called, or do you think that if he gets to the line of scrimmage and sees that A-gap is unprotected, he just maybe taps the center's hip and says, I'm coming right after you?
Good call. I don't know. I really don't know. Good question for Coach K.
There we go. I'll table that.
Yeah, table it for Friday, boy. We've got a whole laundry list of questions for Mike
It might
on
be the Mike
Friday.
Kleinschmidt hour on Friday.
Yeah. Boss under center, trips in the backfield, a little longer count there. Pitch to LeQuay. LeQuay sweeps to the left or to the right, and nothing going there as the Thunder cover that sweep up to the short side of the field. It'll be a 3rd down. Maybe LeQuay gets a little bit out of that. 3rd and 4.
Coming off the field here is Schiffler kind of holding his left arm as Carter, I don't know if his finger, maybe jam a finger.
The trainer taking a peek at the Schiffler arm.
Barker comes right over. I want to see what happened to it.
All right, 3rd and 4 for the Albany Huskies. 2 backs in the backfield. Boss now under center. Boss will hand off to Carter Beer. Sweep right or sweep left. I got to get my directions, and lots of room to that wide side of the field. Carter is brought down at the 35-yard line. A little extracurricular as the linebacker tipping Carter over yet. First down for the Huskies, and they add on some more yards for Carter Beer.
22 to be exact, and I got him for 21 carries for 179 yards and 5 touchdowns tonight. And the way this script is playing out, I don't see him getting, I mean, he's coming off the field right now, so there's kind of Exhibit A for you. I don't see him getting too many more opportunities.
You bet. Luke Barrow into the game for Carter Beer right now. His boss working on 1st and 10. Handoff will go to Logan Harn, and Harn spins his way down to about the 30-yard line. Make it the 31 and a pickup of 4, 2nd and 6.
Imholt with a nice block right there, a little kick out by Trent Imholt, and yeah, Beer gets all the ink. But as Coach K tells us on Fridays, Randy, that Lee C and you get the guys up front, Crumley, they're just as important.
Looks like Carter Schiffler getting that maybe elbow worked on. We're inside of a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down, about 6. Carter Boss.
Ponick dotting the I now.
2 backs in the backfield. Here's a fumble and the recovery by Zimmerman. That's number 58 going to recover, or 56, Tristan Erdman. Tristan Erdman will recover it for Zimmerman, and so that drive ends in a turnover by the Albany Huskies. Just a botched snap.
Something we have not seen all that much of this season for Albany is the turnover bug. 33 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Zimmerman's going to get it 1st and 10 at their own 37.
40-8, Albany with a 32-point lead late in the 3rd quarter. 33 seconds to play. Jones working under center. Jones will hand off, and this will go to Spence. Spence brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and a 2nd down. No, they're going to give him a yard. Okay, I take that back, Randy. 2nd and 9.
Odenthal in there, Lisi in there. Gain of about 1 right there as they try getting that Spence the ball in space basically, Randy, but they've kind of gone away from that thus far. That motioning play and those screens and hooks and ladders.
Trying to get a play off before the quarter comes to an end, and they do. Just a little swing pass out to Spence, or if that was a screen, the Huskies just ate him up alive. A Spence thrown down right at the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd down and 10 as 3 quarters in the books. Albany with a 40-8 lead after 3 quarters. We'll take a 30-second timeout here on KASM. Randy Rothstein, Kirby Hemish back with you at Michael Field and Herges Stadium. Albany leading Zimmerman after 3 quarters, 40-8. Begin the 4th quarter. Zimmerman looking at a 3rd down now, 3rd about 9.
12-0 Albany there in that 3rd quarter. 2 touchdowns, both of which belonging to Carter Beer, his 4th and 5th of the evening. That's where the spot is? Wasn't that a loss on the play?
I thought there was a loss on the play. I don't know if the officials got disoriented or what, but a pass from Jones over on that right side. Is that going to go to Rivers?
Yeah, that's Rivers.
Rivers with the reception.
First catch.
And that is up to the Albany Husky 50. Actually, they're going to spot it right at midfield. So the 50-yard line, that pass play. 1st down and 10. Hurry up offense. Here's the handoff. And taking that handoff looks like Poole, just the way he runs. Poole with the carry, no gain. 2nd and 10.
Schiffler got everything taped up and make the tackle right there. Nice play defensively for the Huskies. And maybe the 3rd time tonight we've seen Zimmerman go quick, and that quickness maybe beating them up a little bit, Randy.
You got it. Spence in motion. Here's the handoff. That's over on the far side. Poole with the carry, and a little deception there. Poole has a 1st down. down at about the 34-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Zimmerman.
Barker in on the tackle as Poole just kind of those quick choppy steps, Randy, as he made a nice cut right there. Huskies maybe bid on a play going the wrong way. 1st down for the Thunder, moving the ball.
1st and 10. Jones working out of the shotgun again. He'll roll to his right, keeps the ball. Jones now cuts it back and hits the 30-yard line where he's brought down, a pickup of 3 and 2nd and 7.
Well, option carry out right there. Never even really looked at his back, just kind of take what the Huskies give him on that play.
Zimmerman's got to find an answer to 32 points down right now here in the 4th quarter, going with that hurry-up offense. Spence in motion, rolling to his left now. It's Jones looking downfield, and that pass is going to fall incomplete. That's ended for Scheme, Davis Scheme, the junior. So it'll be 3rd down and about 7.
Good coverage by Tyson Garrett's right there. Randy just kind of right on his hip the whole time. As Tyson, you know, as far as playing cornerback at Albany goes, action, these guys have got more action, I feel like, in the cornerback department than maybe any Albany corners of all time, the amount of throws that have been thrown against them this year. And him and Barker, they're blossoming into some nice players.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, the more and more you face it, the more maybe ready you are for it. 3rd down, 7. Jones ball fake to Poole, and now he flips back to Poole. Loose ball on the field, and
I think it's an incomplete
they're going to
pass,
say incomplete pass. The referee is, so it'll be 4th down and 7.
Lost it on his pump fake right there. Wet ball just kind of slipped out of his hands. If you watch Sunday Night Football, Ben Roethlisberger did kind of the same thing last weekend, and he's lucky because he probably lost it to the Huskies right there, and he probably could have paid the price a little bit.
Yeah. Where was Carter Beer?
Defensive secondary.
He's on the sideline, isn't he?
No, he's playing safety yet.
That's
yeah.
right, he is. Okay. They got the #1 defense on the field right now yet. All right. It'll be Jones working under center on 4th and 7. The Huskies trailing Jones now, and they're going to try to bring him down from behind. That pass incomplete, intended for Rivers. There's a holding in the backfield on Zimmerman. Looks like they're going to wave it off, and Albany's going to get the ball on downs.
So turnover on downs right there as the Huskies coming with pressure. Coach Almdahl loves dialing up that double A gap blitz, and you get, you got 7 guys rushing on 5 guys to block. You're trying to block one and hold the other, and the ref saw it right away. It was an incomplete pass. So turnover on downs. Huskies will take over, 10-12 to play, up by 32.
You bet, 40-8, Albany with the lead. Albany jumped out to a 16-0 lead, only to see Zimmerman come back with a quick score, making it 16-8. That is as close as they have been ever since. It's been Albany the rest of the way, as Carter Beer will take the handoff on 1st down, and Beer gets creamed at the 35-yard line. Not before he picks up a 6-yard gain, make it 36 and 2nd and 4.
85 yards rushing for Carter Beer. Kind of surprised to see 22 in the game yet. Maybe on his way. Yeah, there we go. Maybe Coach K giving him one more carry.
We'll see Cole Ponick. He steps into the game. Carter Beer out. Logan Harn out. Mason Beerbaum out right now for the Albany Huskies. Guys having great nights. Under center for the Albany Huskies, Carter Voss. Now hunches down, hands off. It is Ponick with the carry, and Ponick will be gang tackled right at the line of scrimmage, where it'll be 3rd down and 4 yet. 37. Cole Ponick.
We're going to get for future reference, Randy, if Beerbaum 16, if you ever see him do anything from here on in, whatever number they can get on his back right now, that's going to be him. That's him getting the new jersey. So he's 28 now, yeah.
So a number change for Mason Beerbaum, number 28.
Jersey ripped.
Ripped, or did it have blood on it?
It came off pretty easy. That one came off a lot easier than the new one went on, so I assume there was a hole in there.
It'll be 3rd down, about 4 for the Huskies. And they'll sweep the Huskies. Luke Barrow.
Oh, no, Barrow, yeah.
Barrow to the left, and Barrow brought down after a 2-yard loss. And for the Albany Huskies, now 4th down, about 7. So 4th and 7, punting time for the Albany Huskies. One man back for Zimmerman. That'll be Rivers. Still a very light mist falling out of the sky yet. We've had it for the entire game.
Yeah, seriously, unrelenting thus far tonight.
The fan base for the Huskies has stuck it out, though, as has some Zimmerman fans. It's going to be a new punter here, Curb. Kicking it away for Albany. No, that will be Borgerding, and Borgerding kicks it down near the 30-yard line of Zimmerman. So nice kick by Ethan Borgerding. Boy, that one didn't get much airtime, but it was like a line drive.
Call that the Carter beer of punting. Low to the ground, and
Yep.
just some steam behind it.
So with 7 minutes, 39 seconds to play, Albany's defense back on the field. Albany leading 40-8, 40-8.
Still some dirty pants out there, so that would indicate that the usual suspects on the field for the Huskies. I do see Garrett's. Beer not in the game at the free safety position.
You know, and one may wonder, well, why is the team maybe on the field yet? But this, I mean,
You go to the Princeton game?
it's the conditioning too. I mean, you got to be ready to play 4 quarters as we go into the playoffs now, and maybe it's more a conditioning thing too.
Do have a new quarterback.
As here's a fumble by the Thunder. That is Spence copping it up on the handoff from Jones, and I think the Thunder recover it, Kirby, for a 5-yard gain.
Spence on the carry, you said?
Yeah, Spence took that handoff from Jones, and he lost that football right over the whole line, and it landed up on the other side of the line in a pickup of 5. So, 2nd down, about 5 for Zimmerman. Motion man, another loose ball on the field, and again, the Thunder fall on. They're going to lose the 5 they gained, and Landon Rocco will fall on it.
Their quarterback's currently wearing number 15, and they don't have a 15. Jones was 12.
Yeah, so we've got another player in there, too, that we don't have a name for. That is a new quarterback. So, quarterback to be named later. 3rd down and 8. 3rd and 8, and trying to option
That's not
it
the way
is
to
that
go.
quarterback, and he's going to be pulled down from behind. Big tackle there by the Albany Huskies. Number 28.
I told you. You know who that is. Mason Beerbaum.
Mason
Come on,
Beerbaum.
Randy.
Short-term memory. Mason Beerbaum with the tackle back at the 30. Yeah, they must have that extra number 28 just sitting there because nobody's got that number except Mason Beerbaum.
Beerbaum now. Well, I saw you look at your program. It's like,
going,
you're not going to find it there.
Where was that number? The pants is dirty, but the jersey's not.
It was a great close on the ball. It's like, who's this young guy? I like this. Oh wait, he's been playing. He's been playing every game.
All right, Thunder forced to punt it away here. 4th down and about 12. Stratton will kick it away. Short kick. This will just bounce. The Huskies going to let it roll to their own 40-yard line. Evenson and Tyson Garrett saying, nope, we're not going to return it. Just let it roll. And so the Husky offense onto the field now, leading by 32 here late in the 4th quarter. 5:27 to play. We'll see Isaac Hutchinson. He'll come out and quarterback this Husky team. Hutchinson in the game along with Cole Molzoff.
Yeah, Molzoff out there.
Hutchinson under center. And he will keep it. Hutchinson has some yards as he is up to near midfield. Isaac Hutchinson, about a 10-yard gain. And a 1st down for the Huskies.
Nice to see Isaac. You got some run at quarterback there earlier in the season.
5'11" junior. That knee must be getting better as he had an MCL injury. So 3 backs in the backfield for Albany. Handoff. That's going to go to the Huskies' number 36, Luke Barrow. And Barrow, a little jitterbug move down to about the 41-yard line. Barrow gets himself about 9 and 2nd and 1. No, the put it at the 42.
Borgerding at tight end on the line for Albany. I see Nick Taujgiz, 65 is out there as well. Tony Herkenoff.
Moldoff set up on the left. Hutchinson under center. Here's the handoff. That's going to go to Riley Garding, and Garding has a Husky first down. He lands inside the 35, maybe the 34-yard line.
Ooh, Zimmerman.
Zimmerman recovered it as the Huskies fumbled it. So a turnover on the Albany Huskies. Will give it back to Zimmerman as the clock is counted down to 4:28 to play in our football game. 40-8 Albany. A scoreless fourth quarter thus far. Waiting for the quarterback to come back on the field here, and I believe he is in the huddle. Yep, he is. Number 15. First down and 10, Zimmerman. Motion man. Handoff. That will go to number 11. That is Gosniak. Or Gastonzek, excuse me. Max Gastonzek, the junior with the carry.
Not much doing right there.
Penalty flag, personal foul
On Zimmerman.
on Zimmerman, so they're going to step off some yards against the Thunder.
Do you mind me asking where you found that Pierce score earlier?
Rick Grammond had sent it to me on Twitter.
Okay.
So down to about the 21-yard line. Be first in forever. First down.
27 minutes ago, it was 16-0 Royalton over Piers yet.
Yes, the handoff for the Thunder up to about the 20-yard line. Not much of a gain there. Getting up, did not see who got up from the bottom of the pile there.
Borgerding on the tackle. I did not. Yeah, this is kind of a. If it's 11 back there, yeah. I think it was Gastonzek. Yeah, not much going on there. Maybe a yard.
Yeah, maybe a yard up to about the 23. Looking at second down. Good 20 and pulled down from behind their quarterback number 15 right around the 24-yard line. It'll be third down. Third down, we're calling about 19 yards yet. Third and 19. 3 minutes, 10 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter.
Huskies got Ponick on the outside at corner. Linebacker, I see Garding out there. Borgerding up front. Moles off on the far side corner.
Thunder quarterback under center. Motion man. And the quarterback's going to pitch. That's going to go to Layden Rocco. And Rocco brought down after another loss for Zimmerman, back right around the 20-yard line. So Rocco is now going to bring up a fourth down and 24. Fourth and 24. Ball resting right on the 20-yard line. Couple men back for Albany. That's Evenson and Tyson Garretts. And kicking it away will be number 22, Levi Stratton.
So it'll be the number 1 seed for the Huskies.
And that means a first-round bye.
Yes, it does.
So
7-team section.
They would not play next Tuesday. Here's Evenson. He's going to grab that football. A little bit of a return for Isaac from about the 49 to the Albany Husky 47. That's where the Huskies will start first and 10 with the 2 minutes and 1 second remaining in the football game.
So regular season synopsis, Randy. You take away that that fourth quarter against Malacca, that first quarter against Watertown Mayor would have been pretty impressive squad.
Yep.
Getting healthier.
Getting healthier, and I think we're seeing how good this team can be late in the season. You kind of questioned it maybe a couple weeks ago against St. Cloud Cathedral at close win for the Huskies last week. They looked pretty good against Foley, and tonight they look like world beaters against Zimmerman, as carrying the football on first down for the Albany Huskies is number 37, Cole Ponick. Be second down about 9. Molzoff comes out for Albany. Minute 42 to play here in our ball game. 40-8 coming up at the end of our game tonight here. Donza 94, Three Peppers Mexican Grill defensive player going to be awarded, and the Albany A&W offensive player going to be awarded. Hutchinson will keep the ball on first down as Isaac will be pulled down from behind. Almost a horse collar there as Hutchinson pulled down right around the 26-yard line.
Nice pickup right there by Hutchinson. 47 to the 26.
As a first down, they'll start the clock up again as Hutchinson pulled down in bounds.
Pulled down, the operative word.
Yes.
Maybe from behind.
First and 10. Hutchinson handing off, and with the carry, it is number 36, Luke Barrow. Luke Barrow will get about 8 yards on that carry. And Huskies maybe will have to run one more play here yet, I think. They spot the ball at the 18-yard line. Second down and 2.
This should do it right here.
A 6-2 season, regular season for the Albany Huskies, with the playoffs staring them in the face now. The next opponent to be determined. Hutchinson will take the snap, and he's just going to drop to a knee, and that will do it. Nice way to end your regular season with a victory at home tonight against the Zimmerman Thunder, 40-8. 40-8, your final score tonight. Albany defeating Zimmerman. Coming up, our post-game show on KASM. We'll do that in 3 minutes here on KASM.
Playoff games on Tuesday and Saturday. You'll have to check out the press. There might be a bye, so check out the press to